It's Orioles baseball en masse and back at Oriole Park at Camden Yards, getting set to play the second game of today's twilight doubleheader after the Orioles winning in the opener. Hi, everybody. Jim Hunter and Jim Palmer. And what a day here this afternoon into the early evening as Zach Britton, you think he's solidifying a spot in the rotation. He goes out, pitches into the eighth inning, almost got out of the eighth, and ends up with a second win in 2 starts.
Yeah, they really scripted it well. They got him early runs. He pitched well. Not a lot of walks, not a lot of hits. Had a no-hitter, going into the 6th inning till Cruz hit one into right field. So he did everything. And, I think, and we talked about this, Jake Arrieta is going to start the second game. I think for the first time with the new acquisitions offensively for the Orioles and defensively, because Derek Lee played very well at first base, I think there's a certain comfort zone when you go out to pitch and you're looking at his numbers on opening day here as he beat the Tigers. They got him some early runs. He pitched well, great combination. So I think all of a sudden, if you're a starting pitcher for the Orioles, something we've seen really over the last 13 years where you might pitch well, but you may not win. I don't think that's the case anymore. So if you want him to throw a lot of strikes, I think it's a lot easier to do that.
So the Orioles now are looking for a doubleheader sweep. They are tied with the Rangers now at 6-1, each with the best record in the American League. Baseball on Masson is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Find our fares online only at southwest.com. Evening time here at Oriole Park at Camden Yards. Second game of tonight's doubleheader as the Orioles now try to make it a 2-game sweep. And tonight's game time temperature brought to you by Train. Visit Train.com for an independent Train comfort specialist dealer near you. It's hard to stop a train at 54 degrees at first pitch. Let's get a look at the starting lineups for Game 2, all brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Ian Kinsler will lead off. He will DH in the second game. Elvis Andrews at short. Josh Hamilton moves to center field for the second game. 2 out of 4 in the opener today. Adrian Beltre at third. Michael Young will play second base. Nelson Cruz in right. David Murphy in left. Mike Napoli will catch. And Mitch Moreland at first base will bat ninth. So Buck Showalter and Jake Fox are talking it over before taking them out, maybe some of the signals. And how about defense? You like double plays? How about the first game?
Yeah, well, you had a ground ball pitcher, at least a guy capable of throwing ground balls, which Zach Britton did. Of course, he also threw a 4-seamer about 96 miles per hour. So let's take a look. A little different defense. Instead of Luke Scott in left, it'll be Robert Andino. Yes, that's the infielder playing left field. Get a right-handed bat in there. Jones, Markakis, Reynolds. He started in with a 3-run home run. Hardy's back. Had a little bit of oblique problems. Roberts, Brian will play the second game. Derek Lee. And then Jake Fox doing the catching. He of many, many home runs. Take a look. And take a look at tonight's scouting report brought to you by AFCIA. Visit AFCIA.org, the Association for IT Pros. Well, he's the real deal. A 4-pitch pitcher with great stuff. We saw that on opening day. No defense for dingers. The only 2 runs he's ever given up to the Texas Rangers have been home runs. That didn't affect him. And again, no luck versus lefty. Righties down around 215, 216 career-wise. Lefties over 300. So hopefully you'll be able to control that tonight. Certainly has the stuff to do that.
So Jake Arrieta now looks to follow what Zach Britton did. And we have the contrast, Jim, in the matchups. Texas had the left-hander, or the Orioles had the left-hander in the first game, Texas in the second game.
Yeah, and of course, the one thing you want to do, again, you just have to trust your stuff. It's a recurring theme, something I was taught. I think the one thing about Jake Arrieta, we talked about Jason Birkin hurting his arm. Jake didn't do that, but they did shut him down last year because of innings. Worked real hard, got a lot leaner. Not that he was ever had a weight problem, just did a lot more cardio work. So it just seems like he came in. I think he knows a little bit more about what it takes to pitch at this level. New pitching coach just saying, hey, pitch under control. And I think also his other pitching coach, Rick Adair, saying when this kid understands how good his fastball is, the world will be his oyster. Maybe it'll be the night tonight.
So here's Ian Kinsler, who will lead off. And instead of playing at second base in this game, he will DH. So he and Michael Young essentially flip-flopping positions, and there's a strike. Holding at 54 degrees. And there's a foul, and it's quickly 0-2.
Yeah, that's that power two-seam fastball at 94. He hit 96 on opening day. Similar to his Major League debut last year against the Yankees. First inning, he was constantly 94, 95, 96.
And a liner down the line, and hooking foul. Jake Arrieta, 25 years old, so he's the old man of today's matchups. As Britton was 23, or is 23. Still is.
Harrison is 25. He will pitch, as you mentioned, the left-hander. Big, tall lefty for the Rangers.
And a ground ball swept to third. There's Mark Reynolds. And gets it across for the out. So the all-important first out to begin the game. And one away. I do want to point out that because it's a doubleheader, we actually have a 5-man umpiring crew here today. Now, Marty Foster, who had to play for the first game, he is not working this game. And DJ Rayburn, who is a minor league umpire who does vacation fill and relief, he has the plate. So there's Jeff Nelson. He's at third. He was at first in the first game. There's Bill Welke. He's at first. And the crew chief, Chim Shida, he's out there at second base. There's Tim. So 5-man rotation here for the second game.
So the lineup they gave us is not the lineup, or at least the umpire lineup, that's out there.
Ball one to Elvis Andrus. And he takes ball two. And the other difference, as you see Jake Arrieta, the Orioles have on the alternate black home jersey that they normally wear on Friday nights, but because last night got rained out, they're wearing it on Saturday night after wearing the home whites in the first game. And that's high ball 3. So 3-0 on Elvis Andrus. Andrus in the first game took it 0 for 3 with a walk.
And when he gets on, and again, they didn't do a lot of running in the first game because they trailed almost the entire game. This is a guy that stole 32, 33 bases the last 2 years. And again, he doesn't hit a lot of home runs. Didn't hit one at all last year, already homered this year. So you got to make him put the ball in play. At least that's your intention.
And the 3-1 high fly ball to right, playable for Nick Markakis. And 2 down in the first. So let's get a look at the repertoire of Jake Arrieta.
Well, we again talked about the real deal. He's got all kinds of fastballs, 4-seamer right there. There's your curveball, kind of almost a spike curveball sinker. There's your 2-seam fastball. And then the slider. And then he's got a changeup. Not quite a circle changeup. And then a split changeup. Sure, when do you throw all those pitches? It would be a dilemma.
Yeah, he went to old number 1 there. Fastball for strike 1 to Josh Hamilton.
At 95. And again, remember, if you were with us in the first game, Hamilton last year, MVP, hit .359, and part of that was that he hit .401 against right-handed pitching.
2 outs, none on. Game 2, Orioles won the opener 5-0. Took a little bit off and just missed.
Yeah, 32 home runs for Josh, and 24 of them came against the right-handers.
Late on that swing, fouled it back 2-2.
Yeah, that ball not out over the plate, but in on his fist. Couldn't quite get to it. That's what you try to watch. See where the bat head is. And if you're able to see that, pretty good vantage point out on the mound.
And that struck to Brian Roberts at second base. He'll get it to first. Arrieta has a 3-up, 3-down first inning. Texas goes in order. Arrieta off to a good start. No score. Here come the Birds in the bottom of the first. Airlines starting lineups for the Birds. Brian Roberts at second base with Nick Markakis and Derek Lee. Vladimir Guerrero in that DH spot. Jake Fox will catch him at fifth. His first start of the year. Adam Jones in center field. Mark Reynolds at third. 3-run home run in the first game today. Robert Andino gets his first start. And J.J. Hardy back in the lineup at shortstop.
And tonight's Scouting Report is brought to you by AFCEA. Visit AFCEA.org, the Association for IT Pros. Well, drop and drive, let it fly. Raining runs. They score a lot of runs when he pitches. 13.5 against the Orioles. And again, at ease against the East. The AL East 6-1 lifetime. 6'4" lefty out of North Carolina. And he's got a good arm. First start this year, beat the Red Sox and Clay Buchholz. This Buchholz got hammered yesterday, or actually this afternoon, up in Boston against the Yankees.
Roberts with a good cut fouls it back.
But he can throw in the mid-90s, and there it is at 95 with a great changeup. And the one thing you kind of admire Ron Washington, let him in to face Ellsbury with the bases loaded with a 1-run lead, and he struck out Jacoby Ellsbury to get through 7 innings. And the other part of that equation, Jim, is that he had struck out Darnell McDonald. They don't call it. Didn't go to the bullpen. So this is a maturing left-hander with a real good arm.
He's ahead of Roberts 1-2. Down in the dirt in that start. When he beat the Red Sox last Sunday, it was a weird game for Harrison, Jim, because he allowed 5 base hits, and 4 of the hits were by left-handed batters. David Ortiz had 2 hits. Carl Crawford had 2 hits. And Roberts takes inside ball 3. The only right-handed batter that got a hit off him was Dustin Pedroia, as he pitched himself to a win. And that win completed that 3-game sweep to begin the season. Roberts fights it off.
Yeah, we told you about his run support against the Orioles, 13.5 runs. He's 2-0 against the Orioles in 2 starts, both here at Camden Yards. He gave up 10 earned runs in 12 innings pitched, and he won both games. So again, he pitched on the right nights. Didn't pitch well, but well enough to win.
As you see, a nice crowd has gathered here tonight. And the 3-2 is popped up. Up there on the right side of the diamond, there's Michael Young, the second baseman. He's got it for the out. So Roberts retired and won away. Nick Markakis got the Orioles going in the first game.
Yeah, just kept the ball fair down the right field line off of Colby Lewis. So number 1 on the season.
Both he and Mark Reynolds hitting their first home runs on the year. The Orioles now have homered in 4 straight games. So in every game on this homestand thus far, they have homered. There's a strike on the inside corner. So you look at 292. 1 for 4 in that opener. And now 4 for 14 on the homestand, and Matt Harrison gets ahead of him. No balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, Matt Harrison in 37 games last year for the Rangers, but only 6 starts. And almost got that ball by Nick. Nick, who hit .361 against left-handed pitching last year, which was the best number in Major League Baseball. So you got Nick against lefties hitting .361, the highest average, and Hamilton against the right-handed pitcher at .401, the highest average. So 2 pretty amazing batting averages.
The other thing I'm wondering is, how did Matt Harrison escape AL East teams? He's 6-1 in his career against the East. There's a bouncer to third, down on a knee is Beltre, and a sidearm across and 2 away. You know, you always look at the pitchers, hey, who can compete in this division? Well, here's a guy, he's 6-1.
Well, I think they like, yeah, and you mentioned he came over from Atlanta in the Mark Teixeira trade back in 2007. But they left him off the roster. He was not in the Division Series, Championship Series, or World Series last year. Derek Holland, who'll pitch tomorrow, was the guy they put out in the bullpen, and he pitched in relief during the postseason. And he called it a wake-up call. Didn't like sitting at home watching instead of participating.
Derek Lee fouls it back. A ball and a strike on Lee. Derek had a 1 for 4 in the opener.
And it was one of those 1 for 4s when you're 0 for 3. And the last time up, want a hit, need a hit, got a hit.
Two outs, none on. 2-1 on Lee. And it's outside ball 3. Harrison mentioned 6-1 against AL East opponents. He is 2-0 against the Orioles, and both of those wins have been here at Camden Yards. However, he did not face them last year. And Lee takes high, ball 4, and there's a 2-out walk. In August of 2008, he went 5 innings and allowed 6 runs in one because Texas won 15-7. Remember Randor Beard?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he was the pitcher for the Orioles that day. And then in 2009, in April, he opposed Jeremy Guthrie. Matt Albers took the loss in relief.
I think Randor Beard was a Rule 5 guy that we picked up from Milwaukee.
He was Rule 5 guy, very good. And in his 1 year here, he was then traded off to Boston. never to be heard from again. Vladimir Guerrero takes ball one.
Of course, with a name like Beard, this is a doubleheader comment. Might be in the witness protection program. You never know.
1-0 is hit towards the hole. There's a base hit for Vladdy. So the Orioles had a rally in the third inning after 2 outs and nobody on. It was started by Guerrero. Now a base hit gets lead to second base.
Well, they saw Guerrero play last year, and they try to go inside. That's the way they pitched him, especially the second half. Just try to crowd him, and you think 95 is going to get it done, but it doesn't. As he's able to hit it hard enough to get it into left field.
Talking with his former teammate there, Mitch Moreland. And here is Jake Fox getting his first at-bat of the year after a tremendous spring training. And looks over a curve for a strike. Well, they got the scouting report. Don't give him a fastball.
And you don't want to do it out over the plate either. 74 at bats in spring training, 10 home runs. It's a nice little home run ratio. A lot better than the Babe.
High fly ball to left. Murphy's there, and he's got it for the out. So the Orioles get a walk and a hit, but strand 2. We played 1 at Oriole Park. Game 2, no score. Of Reisterstown. For every double play the Orioles turn during the game tonight, Nicholas wins $1,000 from the Maryland Lottery. See how you can turn double plays into cash and enter to win for a chance at amazing Oriole prizes. Go to mdlottery.com/double play. Our contestant the first game won $3,000. It's Zach Britton out there with that sinker ball. Marietta misses to Adrian Beltre down and away, 1-0. Beltre, Young, and Cruz for Texas in the second inning. And foul back, 1-1. Beltre batting average of 107. He took an 0 for 4 in the first game. And he accounted for 6 outs because he bounced into 2 of those 3 double plays.
A good slider right there, fact perfect. Love to have him put that one in play because he couldn't have centered it very well. Talked about in the first game, Beltre with the calf injury only played in 10 games, so this is pretty much spring training for him.
1-2 just misses outside. Jake Arrieta from Plano, Texas, Plano East High School, and as a youngster he grew up idolizing Nolan Ryan. He is now the president and chief operating officer of the Rangers. Oh, good pitch there. Swept at it. And Arrieta gets the strikeout and 1 away. And you see he's wearing number 34. Last year he wore number 57. And now he wears number 34 to honor Nolan Ryan.
Well, Nolan Ryan did not throw a slider, and that's what this pitch is. But he did have an awfully good curveball.
And Pitch Track sponsored by Papa John's. Order online, papajohns.com. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's. Michael Young can't catch up to it.
So you throw that kind of pitch, and let's watch what the sequence is. He swung when the ball was in the glove. No disrespect, because Michael Young's a heck of a player, but he didn't react very well. Normally you throw him another one.
Strike on the outside corner, 0-2.
And there's 2 fastballs in a row. Very rarely does he ever triple up with his fastball. And he didn't dare, slider. Which, you can see, 6 miles per hour slower. And just kind of overthrew it a little bit.
One-two is hit softly towards second base. Roberts charges in between hop, and he gets the hustling Young for the second out. So 5 in a row retired to begin the game. Don't forget about tomorrow. Orioles wrapping up their first homestand of this 2011 season. It's a 1:35 afternoon matinee against the Rangers. So come on down for Sunday day game of the season. Good seats available. Coming out and spend your Sunday with family and friends here at the Yard. For your tickets, 888-848-BIRD, or if you prefer, just go online, Orioles.com. Nelson Cruz takes outside. Ron Washington did as best as he could with trying to get lefties in the lineup against Arrieta. There are players that play every game that he puts in there regardless, and most of those happen to be right-handed batters. But David Murphy's in left field in this game, but Bourbon came out, so that was a lefty for a lefty swap, but he does have Mitch Moreland at first base.
Yeah, I don't think he wanted to take Hamilton out of the lineup.
No. But the reason you look at that when Arrieta's on the mound is because last year lefties batted .310 against him and right-handers just .219. So opposing managers seeing those trends and getting the scouting reports try as best they can to get those left-handed batters in there. And he gets a fastball by him. Cruz down on strikes. So Arrieta's got a 3-up, 3-down second. Middle of the second at Camden Yards. Orioles and Rangers, no score. Orioles baseball on Masson, brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Go to southwest.com, grab your bag, it's on. And by AT&T Rethink Possible. Nice look at the Inner Harbor as we pan back towards the ballpark.
Yeah, a much nicer view when it's not raining.
Yes,
nothing against rain.
Well, you need rain.
It's not when you're.
You need rain, but you need rain when the team's on the road.
Yes, plenty of rain.
Jake Arrieta 6 up, 6 down to begin his start tonight. Adam Jones, Mark Reynolds, and Robert Andino coming up. There's the ball. Adams' bat starting to come around. He had a good first game, 1 for 3. High fly ball, left center field, back it goes, it is gone! And the Orioles with another home run have grabbed the lead.
Well, 2 home runs now in the last 3 games. I don't know if he plays golf or not. Maybe a little bit, but that's what he does here. What's this T-ball? Knee high, right in the middle of the plate, cuts across the plate, it's gone. Quickly out of Camden Yards.
So Adam hits his second. Orioles have now homered in 5 straight games and grab a 1-0 lead. Here's Mark Reynolds. Breaking ball bends in there for a strike.
No, it's funny. Adam before the game said, if I tried to bunt on you, would you have drilled me? I said no. I would have been happy you tried to bunt because you could do what he just did. And we had this long conversation. I said, now Nolan Ryan, a little different. Nolan didn't like anybody to bunt on him. He would take the ball, walk about 15 feet from home plate and rub it up. Like, don't ever think about doing that again. And you didn't. But I want Adam Jones type of guys to bunt off me because they have the capability of hitting home runs.
That's every time you and I have the conversation about that shift on Luke Scott, you want him to poke it to third as a pitcher, right? Because he doesn't hit it over the right field wall.
When you don't have anybody on, you're right. Yeah, I want him to be in the pull mode. Let him hit it the other way.
I love Adam Jones in that number 6 spot in the lineup. Reynolds with a big cut swung through.
Well, this is why they like Matt Harrison. And again, power arm. They could not really get his rhythm. Talked about that. There's a great article after he pitched that first start against the Red Sox about how he just couldn't get his rhythm last year.
And he gets Reynolds.
And that's what he likes. That's why we said drop and drive and let it fly. Just kind of drop and drive is where you drop a little bit on the way to home plate versus, even though he's a tall guy, a lot of guys are what they call tall and fall. Just imagine you stay really upright and just kind of fall down towards home plate.
Well, tonight's second inning brought to you by Luna. Call today for the Luna Double. Get your second room of flooring free. Call 877-241-LUNA. Single season club history. Brian Roberts at the top. Back at the top 3 times in a row. 56, 51, and 50. Miguel Tejada also 50 double season. Aubrey Huff and Nick Markakis 48.
How about those guys? They almost all did it in 1 year. Brian did it. And then Huff in 2008 with 48. Nick with 48. The new right fielder of the San Francisco Giants, Aubrey Huff.
Reluctantly.
Pat Burrell in left. What are you working on? What are you working on? The sinker.
Yes. As we peer in from center field. Orioles now have a 1-0 lead. Andino getting his first start of the year. Fouls it back. So the Orioles have now won 2 in a row, and they're 3-1 on the homestand. And Andino down on strikes and 2 away. Back-to-back strikeouts following the home run.
So again, when the ball is delivered, they watch him come in. Of course, he doesn't throw it there, but again, he gets away with it. And Robert Andino just swings through it. But again, a power arm with a changeup to go with it. Occasional breaking ball.
J.J. Hardy back in the lineup. First ball swinging, fouls it back.
Well, the one thing I'm going to look at, again, he kind of just felt something in his rib cage. And since he never had that kind of injury, they backed him off. And within those oblique injuries, I used to think it was a triangle and you're coming up through high school and grade school, but now it's the rib cage injury. Seems like it's pretty commonplace in baseball.
Well, they tighten up those abs so hard, sometimes you pull a muscle in. And there's a strike.
Yeah,
I didn't mean me. I meant them. You gave me a look.
I was a little worried that when you reach for that pizza between games, that you might pull something. No, I was reaching for it with you, too.
I was going to say, you almost cut me off and knocked me over.
No, that wasn't.
I was working on my scorecard here, and you're in the back having 3 pieces.
You got to really get your priorities straight.
What, pizza before the scorecard?
Yes.
Strike 3 called on the outside corner. But the Orioles get the lead. Adam Jones with a leadoff home run. He hit it into the left field seats. And the Orioles grab a 1-0 lead. Season, the opening of the Natty Bo Bar at Camden Yards. The all-new Natty Bo Bar features early bird specials before every Orioles home game, and it gives fans a fun hangout spot all summer long. Plus, the legendary beer will be on draft here at select locations all throughout the ballpark, and it's even on the menu at the Natty Bo Brat. That's right, a bratwurst sandwich featuring Baltimore's own Roma sausage infused with a taste of national bohemian beer. So stop by the Natty Bo Bar and enjoy all of the new Baltimore-inspired products at Camden Yards during your next visit to Oriole Park. Well, Felix Pie is now in the game in left field. Robert Andino started there. Andino has had to move into the infield. He's at shortstop. So J.J. Hardy, who was out the last couple of days with that pull, gets one at bat, and he's back on the bench.
Yeah, he walked across the plate after the first swing. Took a good one, and then hopefully it's not anything serious. But again, really no history with that type of injury.
J.J. Hardy got back in there after missing the last 2 games, but gets only one at bat. Now he's out. Let's go back to the swing by Hardy in the bottom of the second.
Yeah, this is what I was talking about. Big swing, and then right there you feel like maybe he felt something. Put his head down. And Murphy's going to get a 4-pitch base on balls.
Leadoff walk allowed by Arrieta. Don't forget, it's not too late to celebrate an exciting 2011 season here at Birdland. Become an Orioles partial season plan holder. You'll enjoy a full list of exclusive orange carpet benefits, including big savings on the cost of single game tickets, added convenience, special plan holder only perks, and more VIP treatment than ever before. For details, 888-848-BIRD or online Orioles.com/season. Runner goes. Fox goes to second base, not in time.
Yeah, you really have a guy that doesn't do a lot of catching, so anytime you walk speed, and that's what Murphy did. 14 out of 16 last year, and he doesn't even hesitate. This is Ron Washington's effect. Okay, we didn't hit any home runs. We didn't get any runs in the first game. We're trailing by 1. Let's make something happen, and they do. And the leadoff walks allow him to do that.
Napoli swings through it, and it's 0-2, and it played right into the strategy of what, if you're Texas, you'd like to do, because Arrieta in his career now has allowed 13 steals while he's on the mound, and Orioles catchers have caught just one potential base steal.
Well, he's pretty deliberate.
You get the speed guy on, leading off, and he takes off on the first pitch. Just did get a piece, fisted foul.
Yeah, I'm sure Mike Napoli, even though he's a power guy, would have liked to, with nobody out, advance Murphy to third. But again, all bets are off when you get the 2 strikes. You really got to scuffle. Kind of a bonus if you can hit it to the right side. He's looking to drive a ball.
Here's the 0-2 to Napoli. Fisted towards right field. That's going to fall for a base hit. Markakis charging. Murphy will be held at third as Nick fires back in. So the third base coach, Dave Anderson, holding Murphy with none down.
Yeah, I really think he would have scored. But again, right here, just inside out. Nice approach right there. Gets a little bit lucky. Hits it softly. Of course, reputation has a lot to do with it. The one thing about it, if you watch that play from up here, David Murphy got a great jump. He read the ball off the bat. But again, with nobody out, why get him thrown out at home plate? So the reputation of Nick Markakis saves the Orioles a run.
Here's Mitch Moreland playing first base in this game. He's batting ninth. And it's outside, 1-0. The Orioles up the middle will play for 2. So if they can get a ground ball to get 2, they'll allow that run to score. You see Reynolds even with the bag at third and up the middle double play depth.
And the one thing about Mitch Moreland throughout his career does not strike out a whole lot. So you need a strikeout. I mean, through the minor leagues, high on base percentages, high average, 324, 341 last year, 255 in his first year, and then a great postseason. Played 13 of their 16 postseason games.
1-1 down and in.
I mean, if I'm Jake Arrieta right here, I'm thinking, okay, if I have to give him a run, fine. If I get ahead, which is not the case, maybe I'm thinking strikeout. But I have to stay away from the big inning. That's going to be the mantra. It almost always is, but with the added offense, stay away from the big inning. You have a chance to pitch deep into the game. That's the simple part of it. Doing it is a whole other thing.
Showalter looking on from his bench. There's Ron Washington, the Texas skipper. Napoli leading from first. And again it's low. And 3-1. You turn the lineup over after this batter. Kinsler's on deck.
And then they get to see you for the second time, and maybe the adrenaline is worn off. And that's one of the things that you kind of have to learn. Sometimes it's very difficult. Come out of the bullpen, control your emotions.
There's a strike at the knees. Moreland thought he had ball 4.
Well, he'll never hit this big. You couldn't be looking for a curveball that's thrown this well. Nicely presented by Jake Fox.
That was a good job by Rayburn there, Jim. He called it where it went over the plate.
Well, that's the way you're supposed to call a curveball.
They don't always do that.
No, they don't.
Napoli runs. The 3-2 is inside ball 4, and the bases are loaded with nobody out. So 2 walks and a single.
And now you got yourself in trouble.
Murphy at third, Napoli at second, Moreland at first, with Ian Kinsler coming up to face Jake Arrieta. Kinsler bounced out to third his first at bat. Ground ball towards third. Reynolds will come to the plate. Out there as Fox did a real good job keeping his foot on the plate.
Yeah, DJ Raybourn getting a very good look at home plate and emphatically calling him out. I mean, once again, you know watch Kinsler come out of this, and he can run. So there's your first out. And again, it's not a tag play, so it's just like a first baseman. Can you keep your foot on the plate or the bag? And he just keeps it on the corner, I think.
Yeah, maybe with the toe. So 1 down, bases still loaded. And here's Elvis Andrus. Down and away, 1-0. Jake Fox mentioned this is his first start of the year, so he hasn't been in a game since that last week of spring training. And the Orioles' final game that week was on that Tuesday. And they opened Friday in Tampa a week ago. Just outside ball 2.
Well, 588 at bats last year, and Elvis Andrus hit into 6 double plays. Tells you how fast he is.
You can sit on his pitch now, 2-0. Nowhere to put him. There's a strike right down the middle.
And you could see him. There's a young hitter at 22 that's looking for a pitch that he thought might be high. And it is right on the periphery of the upper part of the strike zone. And Jake Arrieta gets the call.
2-1. Breaking ball bends in there for a strike. Now he's got him confused.
Oh, well, he got me confused too. I mean, he's looking fastball, and then you throw this pitch, and when you get it over, all bets are off right now if you're Elvis Andrus. He has no idea, nor do I, what he might throw here. Boy, it's a wonderful thing when you get that pitch over.
From 2-0 to 2-2. Fouled off.
Well, folks, this is not about stuff. He's thrown from 94 to 96. It's about being a little bit wild this inning and putting them in a position where they may take the lead.
Down holding 2-2, bases loaded, 1 down. Line drive, there's a base hit to right field. Napoli scores. Moreland coming to the plate. He'll score. Throw goes to second base. So Elvis Andrus with a 2-run single. And Texas has the lead. So 2 walks in the inning. They've come back to hurt Jake Arrieta.
Well, they certainly have. And he eventually gets himself a good pitch to hit. I mean, this is Elvis Andrus. He sprays the ball. Ball right down the chute. And then hits it right over Brian Roberts' head. And Nick Markakis doesn't make a good throw. Gets a little bit lucky here. A little short hop Roberts. And then Andino able to pick it up. Kinsler with very good speed. Didn't even hesitate all the way to third base. And he's running hard. So comes in right here. And it's kind of a little short hop. Brian can't handle it. Andino right there. And Kinsler coming around third thinking if he could score.
Well, here's what you were talking about a minute ago. How do you minimize the damage? It's a 2-run inning. And best player on the team is coming up, Josh Hamilton. He grounded out his first at-bat. Kinsler ended up at third, Andrus at first. Andrus, good base runner. Draws a throw and he's back.
Well, you're getting an idea. We didn't see it because Zach Britton was so overpowering in game 1. They have a real good lineup. They have about 11 guys that can play every day. So when they match up against a right-handed pitcher like Arrieta, bottom of their lineup, it's tough to get out.
Andrus goes, swung on a miss, throw to second. He was safe at second base. Second steal in the inning.
Well, we told you, 33 his rookie year, 32 last year. Did get caught 15 times, but big jump, straight steal. Not a bad throw by Jake Fox, a little bit high, but again, I mean, we're talking about a guy that just gets rid of it very quickly. And as you mentioned, they don't catch a whole lot of guys when Jake Arrieta is on the mound. Even though it's pretty close out there. Tagged him up in the
You're in.
Line drive, base hit right field for Hamilton. Here's Kinsler to score. Andrews coming towards the plate. Derek Lee will cut it off, and it's a 4-run inning for the Rangers. So back-to-back 2-run singles, Andrews and Hamilton, and the Rangers are on top.
Well, clutch hitting. Couldn't do it in the first game. Didn't have a lot of opportunities. Right here, a little slider. Ends up in the middle of the plate. The MVP, 400 hitter, 401 hitter against right-handed pitching last year. It gets them both in, and Andrews with great speed is going to easily score.
And still only one out in the inning, and here's the 7th batter to come up, Adrian Beltre. So Texas with a 3-run lead. Beltre takes a strike. Beltre struck out his first at bat after going 0 for 4 in the first game. Good breaking ball there. He swung through it 0-2. Arrieta faced the Rangers twice last year in his rookie season. He beat them in Arlington, then lost to them here in August, although that was a 2-0 game. That was one of those tough luck games. Hamilton has 1 steal on the year. Arrieta keeping him close. He'd love to get a ground ball to get 2.
Yeah, any way you can to get back on the bench. Let your team grab the bat.
Two is fouled back. Here's Zach Britton enjoying the second game off after picking up his second big league win of the first game.
Shouldn't he be wearing a jacket? Maybe you'll
oh, there it is. It's on his lap there. He's got the long shirt underneath. Sitting over there on the pitcher's bench. There it goes. PA back on it, and that's gone. Beltre hits it out on an 0-2 pitch, and it's a 6-run inning for the Rangers. After 6 up, 6 down the first 2 innings, the Rangers are roughing up Jake Arrieta.
Yeah, Beltre's other home ran a grand slam, and that will get the phone busy. Take a look right here. They try to come in right down the middle. And we've seen this act before last year when he had the Red Sox uniform on.
And still only 1 out. Here's Michael Young. Foul back off the facade of the upper deck. 4 hits in the inning plus 2 walks. Here's Jakubakis just called up today, and he's getting loose. Young fooled on that pitch. Strike 3. A little delay there by DJ Rayburn, but he felt it caught the corner and 2 men down.
Yeah, borderline, maybe a little low, maybe the bottom of the strike zone. And DJ Rayburn, the home plate umpire, well, a little low. Mike Young goes, okay. If I have to take one for the club, I mean, right around the knees, could have gone either way. If I have to take one for the club for us to get 6 runs, I'll do that. But again, the walks.
Nelson Cruz takes a strike. Well, essentially both walks did score because the fielder's choice by Kinsler, he took the base of one of the walks and then he came around to score. So,
well, it just kind of sets up the inning. Again, you have a 1-0 lead. Adam Jones hits a home run. You walk Murphy, didn't mean to do it, but 4 straight pitches. Napoli hits a little soft single. You get your first and third. Now you're trying to figure, okay, I can't let Moreland pull the ball. You walk him. Make a good pitch to Kinsler. Think maybe I can get out of this inning. And then you just don't make a good pitch to Andres. Aldrich hits a 2-run single. Bad pitch to Hamilton and a fastball right down the middle. 6 runs. Doesn't take long. Painful learning experience for Jake Arrieta. And if you're going to start, you're going to have innings like this. Just don't want to have them very often.
Bringing 2 on Cruz. And he got it. Gets a fastball by him to end the inning, but the damage done. Texas bats around, scores 6, mid-third, 6-1 Rangers. Up shot. Well, a 6-run uprising by the Rangers. A lot of time left for the Orioles, so they want to start chipping away.
You got to start someplace. Why not with Brian Roberts?
Roberts, Markakis, Lee for the Orioles in the third against Matt Harrison. Ryan takes strike 1. Connor and Jake Arrieta on the bench. There's a bouncer to third. Playing in is Beltre. And that sidearm throw across. On the way in the third.
Well, a couple of gold gloves for Adrian Beltre. So they tighten up the left side of their infield. Already was pretty tight with Andres, their shortstop. Great range at only 22. How about come to the big leagues at 20 and have to get Omar Vizquel to be your mentor? I mean, it was designed that way. They signed Omar Vizquel, who most likely, a lot of people think, will become a Hall of Fame shortstop.
I think so.
What, about 11, 12, something like that? Gold gloves.
Did he dominate his position while he played? He sure did defensively.
Yeah, a little bit like Ozzie Smith in a sense. The Wizard of Oz, I think, with 13 or 14 gold gloves.
Markakis fouls it back, 1-2. Don't forget, all season the Orioles schedule packed with fun giveaways, special events you don't want to miss. Mark your calendars now. Orioles Cap Day presented by DAP June 12th, and Buck Showalter Bobblehead Night presented by AT&T June 25th. For all the upcoming promotions, 888-848-BIRD or online Orioles.com. Strained left oblique forced J.J. Hardy out of the game.
And that is not a good injury to have, because if you really hurt it, and hopefully that's not the case, can be out a long, long time. It's a new injury for him.
Well, it's a tough injury because if you think about it, everything you do involves your core, and that's where the injury is. Markakis takes high, 2-2. One out, none on, 2-2 on Markakis. Curveball stays inside, ball 3.
So maybe Matt Harrison, in his second start of the year, will give you a little help.
He was on the bench a long time.
No. It's good and bad news.
That's right. There's a reason.
Yeah, well, look at the 6th spot.
Ground ball weakly hit toward short. Andrews backhands and fires across to get Markakis for the second out.
Now take a look. We talked about the fact that he was 2-0 against the Orioles, and run support average, even though his ERA is 7.5, that means that's the amount of runs he gives up per 9 innings. Not that he went 9 innings, but they score him 13.5, and that number, well, not there yet. Hopefully it won't be.
Well, the 2 games that he won, it was a 6-4 final and a 15-7 final. Yeah, you mentioned in the first game, when do you pitch? You know, Colby Lewis last year, that tremendous ERA, 3.72. He was 12-13.
And then Tommy Hunter, 13-4 with the identical ERA, with about almost 2 more runs. The interesting thing, and we kind of showed you that number. They went out and got Cliff Lee, who helped them get to the World Series, but he was 4-6. They only averaged about 3.6 runs a game for him, and he was under 500, as good as Cliff Lee can be, who lost last night, by the way, to Atlanta. Gave up 6 runs after they presented him with a 3-0 lead.
Derek Lee to center field, back on in Hamilton, and he's got it 4 outs. After his team got him 6, Harrison has a 3-up, 3-down inning. We'll head to the 4th, 6-1 Texas. Third, and Texas with a 6-1 lead. They're trying to gain a split in this doubleheader. Orioles won the opener 5-0. Jake Arrieta, rough inning. They batted around on him, but he's back out there for the 4th. He's going to try to eat up a few more innings and save that bullpen for a day game.
Well,
tomorrow.
he's certainly his stuff is good enough. He just made a series of bad pitches, and then you throw in a couple of walks, and voila, there you go.
Murphy fouls it straight back on 1. Murphy playing in left field in the second game. He's a real good fourth outfielder, Jim David Murphy, because he can play anywhere out there for you.
Yeah, Ron Washington was saying that he would like to play every day. But, of course, he played a lot last year. I mean, he had 2 home runs, I think, in his first 70 games. And then when Cruz had the leg problems, the rib injuries to Josh Hamilton, he hit 10 home runs in 68 games the second half. So a big part of their success.
Josh did get a piece.
Big rangy guy. He can hit lefties, but again, Ron Washington made it very clear. He said, listen, I got to do what's best for the team as the manager, and he could certainly help us win. And he did last year. But he'll get his at bats, probably get 400, 425 at bats. And if you win, it can make you happy.
And he got him. Oh, good pitch down and in. So a strikeout for the first out of the inning. Time now for our AT&T Mobility Trivia question.
Oh, boy.
Let's see if I can be still winless on the season. Who are the 4 active players to appear in a game at Memorial Stadium? 4 active. Well, it's got to be 4 old guys. So who are the 4 old guys?
I bet.
Let's see. Did Arthur Rhodes pitch at Memorial Stadium?
Yep, I'm going to go with Arthur Rhodes. Let's see, another old guy, Tomei. How about Pudge? Now catching with the Nationals. And
Pudge Rodriguez.
And then Omar Vizquel. But you knew that. That's 4.
We're doing all.
You're not going to agree with me?
No, I am, because I'm not good at this game. That ball's hit deep to left field off the bat at Napoli. And that ball's gone into the bullpens. Napoli brought to this team to add some pop.
Well, he's never had a problem doing that. And he pops that high slider right out of here.
It's a 7-1 game.
Well, the fastball to Beltry in the middle of the plate. This is just a high slider. A soaring fly ball.
So it's a 7-1 game. Mitch Moreland now. And there's a strike in the inner part of the plate.
So you think those are our 4 guys? I'd go.
Well, it's pretty good. It's 4 old guys. Josh Roop. We're not allowed to look at rosters, during the trivia, so we have to go on our memory. I can't think of.
Well, we got 4.
But I'm trying to think if there might be another older guy out there. Jamie Moyer's not active, right?
No.
Okay.
Tommy John surgery. So 4 very good old guys.
I think they're pretty good. Ooh, just missed.
I can just see right now they're texting Arthur Rhodes, who's out in their bullpen, going, Palmer just called you old. Actually,
I did.
Jim Hunter. Well, he's 41. It doesn't mean you're old. 59 games last year.
He's younger than me.
Yeah. Like 38 hits.
Base hit over the glove of Brian Roberts. He hung a breaking ball on 1-2. All right, let's get the answer. Who are the 4 active players to have appeared in a game at Memorial Stadium?
Now, you're not going to take credit for any of these answers.
I'm
they're
not.
Right, are you?
The only one I gave you was Rhodes. All right, let's see.
Yeah, but she's kind of said it wishy-washy.
Wow,
there you go.
You got all 4.
Right here.
And there's the A train right at the top.
Old guy. Jim Hunter said you were old.
So says Jim Hunter.
He doesn't pitch like he's old, though.
Now, Texas, you see all those guys out there. They have an 8-man bullpen, and that's going to be all for Jake Arrieta. Here comes Buck Showalter. They go with a 3-man bench. So Jake Arrieta will go 3 1/3. He's given up 7 runs, and he'll exit with a man on base. His responsibility. So a pitching change here at Oriole Park at Camden Yards. Josh Roop comes on in the 4th. Shortest outing by an Orioles starter this year. 6 hits, 7 runs, all earned. And he exits with the man on base, his responsibility. A couple of walks and 5 strikeouts. So he had a real good first 2 innings and a tough third and fourth.
So Josh Roop, a couple of solo home runs by 2 pretty good hitters. Cabrera hit one over the center field fence to Victor Martinez to right field. Did pitch 3 innings. That was Wednesday night, a game that Justin Verlander throwing the heck out of the ball. But he came in, got him some big outs that they needed after the start by Brad Bergeson. One thing about Josh Roop, I said, "What's your style?" He said, "I'm a sinker baller, and I know it. That's what I need to do."
That ball's going to fall for a base hit in left field. Peel runs it down. Heading to third is Moreland. That ball goes all the way to the wall. Moreland's going to be sent, and he will score. The relay comes into Andino. So Kinsler picks up an RBI, and it's 8-1 Texas.
Yeah, the problem with if you don't throw a lot of breaking balls, you did throw a couple of sliders, is that's pretty much what the scouting reports. So Ian Kinsler, who's a real good fastball hitter, sitting on the heater. It's not way in, doesn't really sink a lot, and he just shoots it down into the corner.
Brian Ebel's coming out.
And here comes Moreland. He didn't even hesitate. PA a little trouble getting it.
Brian Roberts maybe has a contact lens problem. And maybe somehow some dirt got in there. And he was going to help him wash it out, it looks like. So that'll close the book on Arrieta. 8 earned runs and 3 1/3. It's got to be pretty tough trying to fix that without a mirror.
Do you ever wear lenses?
I do all the time.
Oh, okay, so you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Sometimes you don't even know if it's in there.
Buck Showalter looking on is the problem. I'm sure he has the soft ones that you're not supposed to feel them in your eyes. No. If you feel it, it feels like there's dirt in there, and you just can't stop thinking about it.
Feels like gravel.
Tim Cheetah, the second base umpire, the crew chief there. You don't want to not be able to see it. The ball comes screaming at you. We're trying to get that contact in there just right. So Texas in the first game, no runs on 5 hits. In this game, they've scored 8 runs on 7 hits. Josh Roop is trying to stay loose as Ryan Roberts tries to get that contact lens back in. Pierce finally successfully got that back in there. Well, 2 more outs, he can come back in and try to
get a mirror,
fix
like
it with
you
a
said.
mirror. Yeah, it's a lot easier to be looking at that when you can look in the mirror at it. So 1 down in the inning. Kinsler's at second. And here's Elvis Andrus.
Yeah, he got the big hit, at least one of the big hits in that 3rd inning, with a couple of strikes, a couple of balls, hit the line drive into right. Worked the count to where he could get a fastball and just do what he does so well, which is use the middle of the field. There's a good sinker. I mean, Elvis Andrus at 22 is a perfect shortstop for this type of team. I mean, he can pick it, he can steal bases. You don't need another power bat. And all he has to do is catch ground balls, get on base, score a bunch of runs, and play sound defense.
There's a ground ball towards the middle. Diving stop by Andino. Gets up and fires. He got him. Andino takes a base hit away, and he saved the run. 2 down.
Yeah, all Elvis has to do is what Robert Andino just did to rob him of a base hit. Shows some great range. Little slider slapped up the middle. Knocks it down, stays with it. Snap throw. And Derek Lee, I mean, what a nice play here. You're already trailing by 7 runs. Keep it in the neighborhood.
Josh Hamilton, a runner at third and 2 down. Derek Lee told the audience the other day at the Welcome Home Luncheon that his job on this team is to save his infielders' errors. And the crowd laughed, and he said, no, I'm serious. My job is to scoop him just like he just did. The crowd thought he was teasing the other infielders with the throws, but that's exactly what he gets paid for. You know, of course, he's batting third, so he's
a pretty big target over there with very soft hands and very agile. He's a bigger version of Mark Teixeira.
Hamilton had a 2-run single in the 6-run third inning.
Good changeup right there. Fastball count. That'll work. That's how you have to pitch Josh Hamilton. He's that good. Throw him the unexpected and make a good pitch with it.
Two and 2 with 2 down. And he got him again. Same pitch, same result. But Texas adds a couple more, stranding 1. O's coming up in the 4th, down by 7. Texas, and tonight's league leaders are brought to you by Lexus of Towson, Baltimore area's #1 Lexus dealer, who invite you to come and see why they're #1. Active career RBI leaders, and there's Vladimir 4th behind Alex Rodriguez, Jim Tomei, and Chipper Jones. Jason Giambi 5th on that list, and Giambi now pretty much a pinch hitter in his career with the Rockies. Vladimir singled his first at bat. And Harrison deals high 1-0. So Guerrero's now got a 4-game hitting streak because he has a hit in each game today. Fisted towards center field. Hamilton has it for the out and 1 away. So since the Jones home run gave the Orioles a 1-0 lead, 7 in a row retired by Harrison. And while he was doing that, his teammates have scored him 8 runs.
Well, if you play on it or pitch on a good team, and Harrison does, Matt just has to say, you know what, if I'm going to give up home runs, and you're going to do it over the course of the season, if I can make them solos, I'm going to have a pretty nice season.
Jake Fox swings through it on 1.
There was the article in the Fort Worth Star Telegram talking. It says maturity and motivation are the Rangers pitchers Harrison's new weapon. And he said, I don't read books. And he said, then I read the mental ABCs of pitching. Harvey Dorfman, who just recently passed away, was a sports psychologist. And he said, I never really read books, but I thought after I didn't make the playoff roster, maybe I ought to do that.
Foul ball, says Jeff Nelson.
And then the Ta of Sports by Bob Mitchell. And he said it just made me focus. He said I never really realized. I always just thought that I wouldn't really just show up and maybe do the job, and that's just not the way it works. But again, the stuff is there.
Shook swing and it's high.
And he's left in.
That's right. 25 years old also. Well, he got the 3rd start of the year for the Rangers in that game against the Red Sox. So, of course, Tommy Hunter's out, but still, that's pretty good. You begin the year and they say, okay, you're 3rd, go get him.
And I watched Alexi Ogando, who was in their bullpen last year. I watched him start the other night, throwing 96.
Fox pops it. Foul ground by first. There's Moreland. And he's got it for the out. 2 down in the Oriole 4th inning. Tonight's Cold Hard Blast brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light. Adam Jones in the bottom of the 2nd.
Yeah, just drilled. There's your Oriole run for the evening. The time it gave the Orioles, which is the bottom of the 2nd inning, a lead, 1-0. And the Rangers have come up with 8 unanswered runs.
So the Orioles, with that lone run, they also only have 2 hits off Harrison. Guerrero singled the Jones home run. And a Derek Lee walk, so 3 base runners in 3 2/3. It's low ball 2. That's Showalter with Jake Arrieta on the bench, talking about the outing. Maybe Buck saying what he saw, asking Jake what he was thinking on certain pitches. Jones fouls it off. As Buck continues to teach and encourage. He knows what it takes to win, and these guys are going to learn from him. Oh, good cut. 2-2 on Adam Jones. Harrison out of Creedmoor, North Carolina.
Yeah, you play the Rangers. There's Mike Maddox, their pitching coach. 3rd year. ERA has come down every year dramatically. Done a terrific job. But again, you pitch against the Rangers, and honestly, I mean, I thought Jake Arrieta had A stuff, but he had about D command. I mean, hence is the problem. He's throwing in the mid-90s. Good slider, good curveball. Didn't throw a lot of changeup, so not going to slow the bat down.
And Jones pops it up.
But you got to make some good pitches. Just didn't make enough of it.
Moreland again in foul ground, has it for the out, and a 3-up, 3-down inning back to back. The Orioles go down in order to end the 4th. Right here at Camden Yards for your chance. Just text WIN to 29292. Message and data rates may apply. We go to the top of the fifth with Texas leading it 8-1. Here's Beltre, takes low 1-0, and Beltre got into one last inning, or 2 innings ago.
Yeah, just crushed it to left center field.
Down in the count, didn't matter. That capped the 6-run rally, and then Texas added 2 more in the 4th.
Yeah, you were talking in the first game about Beltre's great year back in 2004, 334, and then went from 23 to 48 home runs, 80 RBIs to 121. The other thing, he got 200 hits for the only time in his career. It's a lot of hits. 189 last year with the Red Sox and 49 doubles.
Line foul out of play.
Another big swing.
And his knee went down towards the ground on that follow through that you were talking about.
I know he hit a home run last year and looked like he was kneeling.
Young on deck, then Cruz. Sinker's low, ball 3. Roop on in relief for Varietta.
Yeah, that's the good sinker, and he just gets on top of it.
Fouls it off again. Falls down.
Well, this is just a slider. You know, get me over 3-2 slider. Hope it fools him, which it doesn't. There you go. Corkscrew. Huh. Adrian, you got to swing a little harder. It's kind of like the rope-a-dope for Josh Roop. Tire him out. Let him hit foul balls and get himself out, if that's possible.
Bounce it towards the middle. Roberts back of the bag, knocks it down, and Beltre's going to reach. It would have been a tough play, but had he gloved it, he would have had a chance.
And that's usually what the scorer looks at. Do you get to it? Which he does. You just can't catch it. And it will be scored an error. Yeah, another thing when you have the big innings, we talk about it, obviously the Rangers are real happy they were able to put 6 on the board, but take the fans out. You were talking about after the 1-0 lead, it's just kind of like football. Momentum is such a part of the game, and I always thought that you not only physically take your team out if you're a starting pitcher by having a big inning, but emotionally they go to the plate a little different. And then you can see defensively it's harder to focus.
Michael Young fouls it off. It's 0-2.
And the Orioles starters have, with maybe a couple of exceptions, have really been able to stay close. But not too hard to do against a team like Texas.
Ground ball towards short, could be 2, and Dino to Roberts, and back to first, double play. 6-4-3, that ball sharply hit, but right at Andino.
Well, that's the sinker we talked about.
Well, congratulations to Nicholas Fino of Reisterstown. Nicholas has just won $1,000 from the Maryland Lottery double play contest.
There it is, pretty routine if you catch it, and that's what Andino does. Quickly over to Brian Roberts. So 3 in the first game, 1 here.
Nelson Cruz fouls it off.
Yeah, Josh Roop last year, Omaha, 40 games, good ERA, 2.92, 10 saves. Texas in 2009, 2008, 2006, 2005. 3rd-round player with the White Sox all the way back in 2002. I didn't realize he threw as hard as he did.
Buck Showalter, of course, knew him from his time in the Texas organization, and when Root became a minor league free agent, they didn't waste any time. In fact, this past off season, he was the very first free agent signed by the Orioles. Apparently he's one of these guys that if he doesn't think too much is pretty good.
Well, that's what he was talking about. He said, listen, I know my best pitch is my sinker. I didn't realize he could get it in almost to the mid-90s. Not at 94, but he said, yeah, paralysis by overanalysis. Stop thinking, just throw the ball. A little more complicated than that, but ooh, curveball. Where did that come from?
Well, it came in so slow, Cruz had a long time to look it over. Yeah, what the heck? Let me swing at this. Yep.
Yeah, it was, I think, Nelson's going, wait a minute, that might be a strike. I better foul it off. And he did.
It's low, and it's 3-2.
Tom Grieve, a longtime player, broadcaster for the Rangers, general manager at one point, said that if Nelson Cruz had been from the United States, he would have been one heck of a football player because he's big, he can run. Pretty much a complete player.
And there's ball 4, so the inning continues as Root charged with his first walk. Fans, the Junior Orioles Dugout Club, Birdland's best value in family entertainment. Kids 14 and under get tickets to 10 games, plus an exclusive club hat, membership card, lunch bag, subscription to Orioles Kids Magazine, and more. All for just $20, plus members get exclusive giveaway items at each game, and family and friends can purchase tickets as low as $6. For more information, 888-848-BIRD or GetOnlineOrioles.com. Low to David Murphy. Scorecard is a little busy the last couple of innings here. 6 runs in the 3rd, 2 in the 4th, and 2 base runners this inning. Low again.
Well, the Orioles are, at least on this night, are finding out what a lot of teams that are going to play the Rangers are going to find out. Pretty good offense. I mean, a nice mix of speed and guys who can hit singles and guys who can drive the ball. Of course, Thad Bosley, after Clint Hurdle was a hitting instructor, he comes on. Of course, Ron Washington knew him from his days in Oakland. He's a new hitting instructor, and if you play for Texas, you usually hit the ball hard. You can drive it. Remember when Rudy Jaramillo was a hitting instructor for, I don't know, 15 years. There's Thad Bosley, but he used to say, you can't play for our team if you can't hit gaps and home runs, especially in a great hitting ballpark.
That's high ball 4, so back-to-back walks after the double play ball.
Well, you're wondering if that's 60 pitches on Wednesday. Might be getting a little bit to Josh Roop.
Well, here's Mike Napoli, who's had a good second game. Singleton scored in the 3rd, and then homered a solo shot in the 4th. His 3rd home run already on the year. Last year, Napoli at 26 for the Angels. Breaking balls inside, 1-0. He hit that one a long way. Sailed into the bullpen. It looked like sailed into the Rangers bullpen, which is behind the Orioles bullpen. High pop-up, shallow right, a long run in from Markakis. Still coming on, he won't get there, but it's foul. It just did fall foul. Fine effort by Markakis, but he couldn't reach it.
Again, shifted over, and then the good news is ball is going to fall just into foul territory.
Not by much.
No. That's why they make that line.
Cruz at second, Murphy at first with 2 down. And it's taking low ball 2. And fouled off. Yes, with the doubleheader, I mean, Britton really helped out by going 7 2/3 in the opener. But if you're Buck Showalter, you don't want to have to go to that bullpen too often in this game because it's a day game tomorrow. And tomorrow is the iffy start. High fly ball to left. PA is back on it. He'll get there, and he's got it for the out. So Texas threatens, does not score. Middle of the 5th. Brooksy's uniform number, 8-1. Adam Jones solo home run. Welcome back inside our booth. Jim Hunter and Jim Palmer. And you talk about it all the time. You have to avoid those big innings because not only does it pad the opponent's lead, kind of brings your team down. And unfortunately, Jake Arrieta couldn't get out of that inning.
Well, you try to avoid them, and sometimes you just can't do it. And a lot of it has to do, and let's give them some respect. They're an awfully good hitting ball club, and I think, and I don't know what Buck Showalter, we'll certainly have a chance to talk to him tomorrow, what he was talking to Jake after the 6-run inning, but it really wasn't about the stuff. It's just about command, and there are games where you just don't make the pitches you want to make. You know, he was throwing well. He had a good breaking ball. He had a good curve ball. Done a lot of changeups tonight, but he just didn't quite locate him well, and I think that's what we all had to learn when you come up in the big league. Doesn't matter how hard you throw, especially nowadays. You know, what did Leo Mazzoni said? You can time a jet engine or a jet plane if it comes across home plate if you don't change speed. So just made some bad pitches, and they took advantage of it, and that's what good hitting teams will do. And this will not be the only good hitting team that Jake Arrieta faces this year.
Well, the other part of that too is you talk all the time about sequences of pitches and don't give the hitter too much credit. In other words, if you're having success with the fastball, locating it well, until they prove they can hit the fastball, stay with it. You don't always have to use all your pitches just because you have them.
You're right, and you know, I think he'll probably trust his fastball a little bit more as he gets more innings and more command of it. And he's one of those kids at 25, I guess you could call him, because of his inexperience as far as the amount of innings that you'd go, I just want to run out and be able to throw the ball like he does. because he's got that kind of stuff. And very, very impressive. But he just a couple of walks, a couple of balls elevated in the zone, and the Rangers do what they do very well, and that is attack pitches that aren't pitchers' pitches, hitters' pitches. They got a couple in there.
Reynolds fisted towards center field. Long run for Hamilton. Wow, did that ball carry? Didn't sound good off the bat, but he hit it to center field, and one down here in the 5th inning. Baseball fans, Masson has a new show all dedicated to you, the fan, the Mid-Atlantic Sports Report. Weeknights 5:30 to 6:30. You get all the latest news, information about the Orioles, Nationals, and Major League Baseball. Live batting practice look-ins, reports on the field, roundtable discussions. So join Tom Davis, Phil Wood, Dave Johnson, Mel Antonin as they discuss the hottest topics in sports and give you maximum access to your favorite teams. Monday through Friday, 5:30 here on Masson.
Yeah, I saw Tom Davis today. I didn't see Davey Johnson.
Well, 3-0. Reynolds got ahead, and Harrison comes back to get him. Now Andino's down in the count 0-2. Lines it towards right field, but Cruz is there. And 2 down. It's 11 in a row retired by Harrison since the Jones home run leading off the second.
Yeah, again, it was a solo shot. A more motivated and mature Matt Harrison. That can all be done, but I like the stuff too.
PA batting for a first time. He's in J.J. Hardy's spot. Hardy had one at bat, called out on strikes to end the second, and then left with a strained left oblique muscle. One walk allowed by Harrison. That was to Derek Lee with 2 down in the first. And then a bouncer slowly at the first. Charging is Moreland. He'll glove it and go to the base unassisted. 3 up, 3 down. We played 5. And Texas holding on to a lead. For the Coors Light freeze cam, and how about this freeze on Adrian Beltre's home run?
Yeah, second home run of the year. You like to freeze frame it, right? If you're doing a commercial, take 2. Let's not count that one, but it does count. He blasted it to left center field.
Coors Light freeze cam brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light.
Yeah, how many times when I threw pitches and they were halfway to home, you want to go timeout? Can't do that.
So for the first 60 feet, it was a pretty good pitch?
No.
Not even?
Not even.
Uh-oh.
How did I do that? Yes.
There's a bouncer towards the middle. Andino charges, gloves near the bag, throws on the run. He got it.
Nice little play there. Now he proved he can play shortstop a couple of years ago. When Cesar Estreras was injured, almost played a solid month. Got to get to it very quickly. And I think Buck Showalter, when he came on, said to Robert, "You can be a major league player. See what you got to do. See what I expect." And Robert was all ears.
Root gets the first out. Texas has gone 3 up, 3 down twice. Back in the first and second behind Arrieta. Well, they batted around in the third. 6 batters in the fourth. And 5 batters in the fifth. Check swing appeal to first, and Bill Welty says he checked. 2-1 on Kinsler. And Josh Roop out there trying to keep it as is while eat up innings. Manager Buck Showalter said in his briefing with the media today that they would not announce tomorrow's starter until after the game, as Buck gets on there. And it's inside ball 4. And we invite you to join us tomorrow for more O's action, the series finale. It'll be TBA for the Orioles against Derek Holland. Coverage on Massa 2 HD begins at 1 o'clock with O's Extra, presented by Verizon 4G LTE, followed by game coverage at 1:30. We've got all the access you need right here on Massa. And there's Chris Jakubakis, who is up in the bullpen. And as Buck said before the game, when it was revealed that Brad Bergeson was optioned to AAA and Jakubakis brought up, he was asked, well, is he being brought up to start Sunday? He said, well, we have 2 games today. It's 18 innings against that lineup. Let's get through today and we'll figure it out. Well, now Jakubakis is up for a second time in this game. That one gets away from Fox, and thinking about going is Kinsler, but he gets back. Now, there are a couple of ways to look at this. Of course, Jeremy Guthrie still is an option.
He did his running, and
he did his bullpen on Friday, so Jeremy is an option. Plus, with Hardy leaving this game, and Hardy left with a strained left oblique, if for some reason he might have to be DL, you could always bring up another pitcher. So
and just go with Esturus and Dino as your middle infielders. One of them being a backup guy, but who's going to start?
Well, that's the question.
So if it's not Jeremy, and you're not, which starter would you bring up from Norfolk?
I don't know. Ryan Drees. You have to see when he pitched last. They got rained out tonight, so whoever was scheduled tonight didn't pitch. Ground ball towards second. Roberts and Dino. 4-6-3. How about that turn with Andrews getting down the line? So a walk and none left mid-6th. Texas with an 8-1 lead. to Nicholas Fino. The Orioles have turned 2. Nicholas from Reisterstown has just won another $1,000 from the Maryland Lottery Double Play Contest. That is his second $1,000 prize on the night. We gave 3 away in the first game.
Well, he ought to buy dinner for Robert Andino, who made a terrific play to quickly hit the back end of that double play. Brian Roberts certainly helped. Long shovel backhanded throw.
All right, to answer your question.
Which question was that?
Who might come up from AAA if that's what happened?
To start.
With Jakubakis already here. Mike Ballard was scheduled to start tonight. That game was rained out. And Chris George, who had a really good spring, is scheduled to start tomorrow. Now, it's all speculation because they'd have to make another move. And there's a line drive foul pulled down the line by Brian Roberts.
And Chris Jakubakis was not on the 40-man roster?
No, but he was added today.
Right. So
then now the roster is at 40. And that's low. Brian's 0 for 2. Orioles have only had 2 base runners in this game. 3. Derek Lee walked in the first. Guerrero singled. And then Jones homered. 12 in a row retired. As Roberts skies it to left field. Murphy over. Nearing the warning track. And on the warning track has it for the out. So Roberts retired. He's 0 for 3.
Yeah, it goes from about 364 to probably around 380 right in front of that bullpen. And you got a little bit of room to work. Well, good stuff and a big lead. We saw that in game 1. And we're here in game 2. Britton took advantage of a couple of home runs off of Colby Lewis. The pitch terrific, as is Matt Harrison here in the nightcap. It's nice to be out there when you know one pitch can't beat you. And be on your game.
With 13 in a row retired, Markakis is 0 for 2. Foul back. Harrison 17-10 in his career, 1-0 this year. He gave up 1 run in his win last Sunday in his first start, and he's given up 1 run here tonight. Another pitcher that we hadn't thought about, and he's on the roster, is Troy Patton. He's on the Norfolk roster. He's also on the 40 now. Chris George is not, and Ballard is not.
I'm going with Jeremy Guthrie.
Oh, I agree. I'm just saying it hasn't been announced.
No, I understand that.
Now, depending on how the bullpen gets through here tonight, if the bullpen has enough tomorrow, which right now it would, with Monday off, really you'd only need Jeremy to give you 5 innings coming back from the pneumonia. 1-2 pitch is pulled, backhanded by the first baseman Moreland. Nicely done. He gets Markakis for the second out. 2-away here in the 6th inning. Well, this season, go behind the scenes with the O's with the Birdland social media clubhouse. That's right. Visit Orioles.com/connect and find out how you can become a Facebook fan of the Orioles or a Twitter follower of Birdland Insider. You'll receive the latest Orioles news, connect with players, plus be among the first to hear breaking news straight from the team. That's Orioles.com/connect.
Do you twit?
I do not.
Tweet, I mean.
I don't twit, nor do I tweet.
Oh, what's a Twitter?
Yeah, it's Twitter, but you tweet on Twitter. I don't do it, but that's what those people do. Probably most of America. Adam Jones tweets. Jeremy Guthrie tweets. Do you Facebook?
Please.
2-0 on Derek Lee.
I got a friend who's a stunt guy, Teddy Grossman. And his Christmas card every year is an event. This year, he'd get his face blown up like he had some kind of seafood allergy. I'm on Facebook. This huge face. That's what would happen to me if I was on Facebook.
There you go.
Do you Skype?
Sometimes.
That's like a photo.
Yeah, well, I could talk to Allie at college on the computer and actually see her. Fly ball to right. Cruz back. It's deep. Back it goes, and against the wall, he's got it for the out. So the Orioles go 3 up, 3 down yet again. 15 in a row retired by Matt Harrison.
Early lead for the Orioles. Adam Jones, couple of home runs this week. And then Beltre, 2-run shot. 6-run. Third inning. Napoli with his third home run of the season. And the Rangers 8-1. Jakubakis comes in. There we go. Career. Saw him a couple of years ago when he was with Seattle.
Last year, he made one start for the Pirates and unfortunately was hitting a head line drive off the bat of Lance Berkman. Suffered a concussion and did not pitch again in the big leagues last year. Well, we now know we can eliminate Chris for tomorrow. Here is Josh Hamilton, who had a big hit in that rally in the third. A 2-run single. Skies it foul down the line. And that'll bounce on the warning track. So Jakubakis, who just did get here today, found his locker in the clubhouse. Jimmy Tyler handed him number 55.
Welcome to the O's.
Yep.
In spring training with him.
And he got Hamilton. Oh, nice pitch.
Yeah, when I saw him a couple of years ago, it looked like good stuff and just didn't quite command it, but that's not the case here. Good fastball to get the 2 strikes and then just the shoot top drop. Outside curveball, throw it off the outside corner. Pretty nice touch right there.
Beltre's outside. So if you and I both did that Twitter thing, would you tweet me? Is that how that works? So like you talk to me? Is that how it is?
It's like.
So it's not like texting. So like Like my nephew Steven, I know he does that tweet. So if I wanted to, but I'd send him a message, but it would go to everybody. So whoever's tweeting or has access to that account.
Well,
yeah, I think it's a little, it's out of my league. There's Strope, he's getting loose. One and two to count on Beltre. Line drive, base hit, left field. PA over.
Big league ball, 93 in the middle of the plate. Gets hit hard. So what did Ron Washington say? We've seen a little bit of that. Only 10 games in spring training. He said this is starting to get comfortable.
Michael Young has not joined in the fun. He's 0 for 3 and he's bounced into a double play. And there's a strike. That was after going 0 for 4 in the first game.
Yeah, did hit a ball hard right back up the middle, but Zach Britton speared it. Made it look pretty easy. It's another thing that Zach Britton.
And there's a base hit, left center field. PA cuts in front of Jones. Beltre goes to third. And holding Young to a single is PA.
So again, watch this curveball. It ends up in the middle. Belt high inside middle. You mentioned Mike Young with 5 years of 200 or more hits.
Well, he's now got 1,856 hits. So he's closing in on 2,000. He should get there this year.
34 years old.
Wilson Cruz now, first and third, one down. And a high fly ball to center field. This will get a run in, chasing Jones back. Beltre tags. Here comes Beltre. Throw goes to second base. And it's 9-1 Texas.
Yeah, Nelson Cruz. They call him Nelly. Down in Texas, he didn't wait a whole lot. Just saw a pitch he could get in the air. Stay out of the double play. Get another RBI. Make it 9-1. That's what good hitting's about.
And there's David Murphy, takes a strike. Going to the count on Murphy. And hit towards Andino, and he catches a soft line drive, and that ends the seventh. Texas gets a run, seventh inning stretch in game 2. The Rangers with a 9-1 lead. This one has been all Texas, 9-1. Orioles have just 2 base hits and 1 run on the solo home run by Adam Jones. Hi, everybody. Jim Hunter and Jim Palmer. Well, you know it was going to be a tough series anyway. You know it was going to be a long day. Zach Britton gave the Orioles a big lift in pitching so well in the first game. But, boys, this Texas team hard to hold down.
Well, not only that, I mean, the Orioles, if they lose tonight, will be the second time. Justin Verlander, one of the best right-handers in baseball, beat them, and they also scored, 9 runs in that game? So today they got 9 runs on the board. Matt Harrison's retired 15 in a row. I don't know. Adam Jones was the last person who got a base hit back in the second. So, again, a combination where the other team, if they pitch well and they really do a number on your starting pitcher, because they did have a 6-run third inning, you're in trouble, and that's what's happened here in the second.
Well, and along your point, I mean, let's face it, the Orioles were trying to win this game tonight, no doubt about it. They still are. They have 3 at-bats, but the whole deal is you want to win your 2 out of 3 and move on. It's all about winning series because they're playing very good teams. Texas is in first place in the AL West. They came into this game tonight undefeated, so the Orioles handed them their first loss, but it's all about the marathon, not the sprint.
Well, they would have liked to sprinted to a lead here in game 2. It just didn't happen. And part of it is the fact that they seem to have woken up, both pitching and offense. But again, a very capable team that did win 90 games last year. And they won 90 games with Josh Hamilton missing most of the month of September, and Nelson Cruz, another guy that can really hit, being a couple of times on the DL.
Vladimir towards center field. Hamilton has it for the out. And one away here in the bottom of the 7th. You can follow the Orioles with the MLB.com At-Bat 2011 app for your iPhone, iPad, Android, or BlackBerry. With scores, stats, highlights, live audio, pitch-by-pitch tracking, and more. Just text At-Bat to 31862 or visit Orioles.com for all the details. And you were right. It was 15 in a row. Now it's 16.
A lot. Many. 5 1/3 innings of them.
See, you know what kind of game it is just by your scorecard, because the one side, nice and clean, not a lot going on. The other side's pretty busy.
Too busy, if you're an Oriole fan.
Jake Fox getting his first start of the season.
Well, when you play in close games, and not to take anything, nothing against Matt Harrison, as he will record another out most likely. But if you stay close, then you see, can he field his position? Can he get the first batter out? Maybe you can put a first and third, put a little pressure on him. But when you get the big innings, and again, to their credit, they had him an 8-1 lead. Not that it's easy to pitch, it's just less difficult.
So 2 down in the 7th. And here's Adam Jones. Back in the second inning, he actually gave the Orioles a 1-0 lead. Just a foul back out of play.
But I'm still, and again, I just kind of flipping channels in his last game, and that was the last game of the first series against Boston, and he's got runners at second and third and 2 outs, and he throws strike 3 to Darnell McDonald, at least appeared to be. They call it ball 4. They don't go to the bullpen. Ron Washington, Mike Maddox, their pitching coach, to say, hey, get Jacoby Ellsbury, and he's a pretty good hitter. Was hurt last year but hit 300 2 years ago, led the American League in stolen bases. He just blew him away. And it went from about 91 to 94 to 95 in the 7th inning. You learn about pitchers that way.
And Jones to right center field. Hamilton is over. And he's got it. And another 3-up, 3-down inning. 18 in a row retired by Harrison. It is 9-1 Texas. For the AT&T Player of the Game, here are the candidates. Adrian Beltre, well, he's got a big 2-run home runner. Adam Jones, the Orioles home run for their lone runner. Matt Harrison, who has held the Orioles to 1 run over 7 innings. Text in your vote now. Have your voice heard. A, B, or C to 51862. Mike Napoli leads off against Giacobacis. And it's outside. Robert Andino at his 3rd different defensive position in this game. He moves over to second base. And Cesar Izturis is now in at shortstop. Brian Roberts' night is done. And there's a ground ball to Izturis. So you come off the bench, they test you right away.
Yeah, the wrong guy to test. Boy, what a defensive year he had last year. Gold Glove winner back in 2004. Playing for the Dodgers at that time.
$36,243 the attendance for the doubleheader today.
Man, nice crowd.
Mitch Moreland now.
Well, they really like this guy, and as I mentioned, played in 13 of the 16 postseason games that the Rangers were in last year.
17th round pick in 2007.
They just said he has a knack of hitting the ball. Of course, in the minors, we mentioned home runs, on-base percentage, high average. Already seen him. Ron Washington, who was an infield coach and an infielder, that he can pick it over at first, also play the outfield. The only thing that you haven't seen at the major league level in limited at-bats, can he hit lefties? And he probably won't have to. Even though I would imagine he will see some at-bats against left-handed pitching. Maybe in games like this, when you get a significant lead, don't want to take his glove out.
And having Napoli as the other catcher, but the ability to play first base, it gives Rob Washington flexibility.
Yeah, you can DH with Napoli. You can play Young over there. It would probably be Mike, even though he's playing second base tonight. Michael Young can play a little first base.
Spoils the pitch away.
Well, that's a great. That's the way they were describing it. There's an article today in I think the Fort Worth Star Telegram saying one of the best at bats in the Boston series was Mitch Moreland.
And that is swept foul towards Derek Lee.
So the curveball he hits foul, the fastball away. He reminds me, it's a little premature because Mike Hargrove is 291 lifetime hitter. He reminds me a little of Mike Hargrove, except he even has a little bit of the mannerisms, not the human rain delay that Mike was as far as taking time between pitches. But both left-handed batters.
Curveball outside, ball 3.
In fact, I believe Mike Hargrove was Rookie of the Year his first year with the Rangers.
"25 years old, Mitch Moreland."
There's another one. Outside corner, waiting for a pitch that maybe he can center a little bit better. Pretty good fastball outside corner, running away.
Another 3-2 is inside, ball 4.
By a smidgen.
So the first walk allowed by Giacobacis. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Orioles. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Orioles. And the set of those extra out there behind the bullpens, peering in. And Kinsler takes strike 1. Every Ranger has been on base in this game. There's a ball hit towards short. Izturis to Andino, 1 back to first. There's another double play. So the Orioles turn a 3rd double play in this game to get out of the 8th. 9-1 Texas, bottom of the 8th coming up. Turn 2 yet again, so congratulations to Nicholas Fino of Reisterstown. He's won another $1,000 from the Maryland Lottery double play contest. 3 in the first game, 3 in the second game.
Yeah, pretty routine when you hit it to those two guys and then over to Derek Lee.
Now we go to the bottom of the 8th, and Pedro Strop comes on in relief of Matt Harrison.
This will be his second major league appearance. First one against the Red Sox, as you can see. A couple of strikeouts. 25-year-old converted infielder. So you got Alexei Ogando last year in the bullpen, this year starting. He was an outfielder that was converted. Very good spring. And they let him pitch in the A games, and over 11 innings, 16 strikeouts, only walked 2, threw a lot of strikes. So 25 in the big leagues for the first time.
Mark Reynolds will be the first batter he faces. So the fact that he had a good arm and he was a .212 career batter in the minor leagues,
that might have something to do with it. And then he drops off an 81-mile-per-hour slider for strike 1. There's another one that hangs but gets the strike call.
Harrison went 7 innings, 1 run on 2 hits, and he retired the final 18 in a row. And he only pitched from the stretch to 2 batters the entire game, and both those batters were in the first inning.
He was really good.
Reynolds down on strikes, 3 pitches, and a strikeout. 1 away in the 8th inning. Well, for every Orioles walk this season, Care First Blue Cross Blue Shield will contribute $50 to support the Living Classrooms Foundation. To date, the Orioles have drawn 18 walks, so that's a total of $900. Care First Blue Cross Blue Shield encourages each of us to take that first step towards a healthier and more active lifestyle. There's strike 1 to Andino.
So wait, 97 with a heater. Slider and a splitter. They ought to convert more infielders that can throw like this. And there's your slider.
5 pitches, 5 strikes.
And he doesn't throw any balls. Doesn't need to.
And Andino's down on strikes. So back-to-back Ks for Strop.
So he's now faced at the big leagues for 5 batters. And he's got, what, 6 batters, 5 strikeouts.
And Felix Pie will bat now for a second time against Strop. Pie took over in Hardy's position in the lineup. Hardy left with a strained left oblique muscle after his at-bat in the second inning. Played 2 innings defensively. And it's taken outside, 2-0. Bends it in there for a strike, 2-1.
It's all over if he's going to do it. You're going to throw 96, 97 with a 9-1 lead and then drop off a breaking ball for a strike. Pretty impressive.
Line base hit left center field for PA. Past the diving try of Andrews. Well, he must be a work in progress because he's in this game not trying to protect a closer lead.
Oh, you talked about the 8-man bullpen and probably just obviously trying to get him to work, and could be their long guy. Even though at the minor league level, and again, a converted infielder never really started a game, so he's always pitched out of the bullpen.
And here's his tourist batting for a first time. He's in Brian Roberts' spot. Brian went 0 for 3. Missing outside, 1-1 to count. So the final game of the homestand is tomorrow. 1:35 first pitch. And then the Orioles head back out on the road. They got 3 games in New York and then 3 games in Cleveland.
And then back for 4 with the Twins.
Fouled off down the left side, over is Murphy, and he made the grab. Good hustle for David Murphy, and that ends the inning. So base hit, or did he not make the catch?
I think.
Catch. I thought I outside up. I apologize. I guess it bounced.
No, he caught the ball. I just don't.
Well, there was a balk called prior to the pitch. Okay, that's what happened.
He may not have had that discernible stop.
All right, well, that explains it. I thought I saw the catch it.
Easily shifted to left.
Good breaking ball there. 2-2. All right, let's watch for the balk.
Does he stop? Yes. Where's the balk?
I don't know.
I suppose if they're ever going to call one against you, you want it to be in a 9-1 game when you're leading. Well, he stepped off.
And another balk.
Well, Felix PA just kind of faked, and it appears, at least from up here, and I'm just kind of watching down, you see that, and then you see him, and he just Pedro stepped off the rubber.
Did he break his hands?
No. Okay, let's see. Yeah, see, he started and kind of stopped. He did step off, but he
was starting to bring his hands.
Yeah, right? Exactly.
3-2 with 2 down.
I go to a windup. Oh, what a nice play right there.
Napoli saved the wild pitch.
Yeah, breaking ball, and Mike Napoli, not known for his catching, slider in the dirt. What a great grab.
Ron Washington, the manager, is going to come out to calm down Stroke. Remind him to look at the scoreboard.
Well, also, I'm sure he's going to remind him, you were out of the inning. Don't let the box bother you. I mean, you could see right there, Ron, he got him to smile and relax, as you mentioned.
Here's Nick Markakis. PA's at third. And Asturias at first with 2 men out. Asturias runs. They give him the base, so he takes it. That is not a stolen base. Defensive indifference. Basic can get a couple in now. And it's low, ball 2. 2 another count.
And a little action now in the Rangers bullpen.
Mark Lowe now begins to get loose. One of the 6 right-handers in that bullpen. There's a strike. Markakis taken all the way.
It's almost like Pedro has better command with his breaking ball than he does his fastball. Every time he gets behind him, just drops off a slider. Very comfortable pitching from behind.
Outside, ball 3. Oh, good cut, fouled it back, 3-2. If Markakis keeps the inning going, Derek Lee would hit next. There's Derek on deck.
Well, Ron Washington, as all managers, are very aware you need 27 outs. So they need another 4 before this game will be over with the lead.
Pulled it sharply foul.
I remember we were instructional league, and I was Cal Ripken Sr. was our manager. And we'd be down in Sarasota, and we'd be handily beating the Red Sox or the White Sox, and the bat boy would start to put the bats away, and he'd go, no, got to get that 27th out.
Outside, ball 4. So after he struck out Reynolds and Andino on 6 pitches, a single, a couple of balks, and back-to-back walks. And the bases are loaded with 2 down for Derek Lee. PA, Esturas, and Markakis, 3rd to 1st. And the fastball right in there for a strike.
Boy, it's an easy 97, too.
And the slider's outside. Well, the fans have gotten back into it now. And takes it for a strike. 1-2. And he got him. Slider down and away, and a nice scoop by Napoli, who applies the tag. Now the Orioles made it interesting, but Stroke gets the big out. We'll head to the 9th, 9-1 Texas. Baseball on Masson is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Find our fares online only at southwest.com. Oh, souvenir stand right outside the stadium. The Markakis jersey prominently displayed there. Jakubakis about to begin his 3rd inning of work. Stay tuned to O's Extra Post Game will be coming up with Amber and Rick. There should be a lot of news coming out of Buck Showalter's post game press conference. Andrews to his first and one away. See if, in fact, Guthrie is the pitcher for tomorrow, and if not, how do they get somebody here now that Jakubakis is not an option?
And then the other thing, and maybe we'll get some definitive news about J.J. Hardy. That's the thing that concerns me the most. They'll come up with a pitcher. But you don't want to be losing your starting shortstop for any period of time.
Base hit to center field for Hamilton.
I mean, just look what the Rays already losing Pena and Crawford and Bartlett, and then all of a sudden Longoria goes down. Their most powerful high average hitter in the middle of their lineup.
Neftali Feliz and Mark Lowe. Feliz just loosening his arm, it looks like, in case he's needed tomorrow.
Wow. That seems to be getting a little bit quicker here in the second game.
He doesn't get cheated, does he?
No, he doesn't.
This one's fisted down the left field line, and it is a foul ball.
It seems like his swing got better last year. He used to really uppercut in Seattle, and maybe that was the fact that it was such a big ballpark, much more comfortable, even though you don't play every game you play if you're a Red Sox at Fenway Park.
Oh-2 is lined towards right center field. Long run for Jones, and he's not going to get there. Gets all the way to the wall. Hamilton heading to third. He will be sent, and the throw comes into second base. So there's another RBI for Beltre. Texas has put 10 on the board for a 10-1 lead.
Yeah, he almost hits this. He ought to be playing at Augusta. Not sure where this ball is. Down and away, just shoots it up the gap, slicing away from Adam Jones. So not only is he going to get by him, it's going to go all the way to the wall. I mean, this is what you like right here. As long as you don't get hurt. Josh Hamilton scoring the 10th run. So Beltre gets a double, an RBI. Pretty good night.
Here's Michael Young. Tampa Bay lost again today, Jim, so they're 1-7. And they had Dan Johnson batting cleanup today.
Well, he hit the 3-run home run. Maybe, I don't know if he moved into that spot, but.
And there's a liner towards center field. That's going to fall for a base hit. Beltre will be held. And Jones plays it back in.
What was the score of? I can look at this.
4-2. White Sox won.
Well, so there you go. He pitched pretty well. He just playing the White Sox, who came in leading the American League in runs scored.
They have Damon hitting 107, Johnson batting cleanup, batting 100, Zobrist batting 167. And Casey Kochman, who was called up to take the spot of Manny Ramirez, was hitless today. Here's Nelson Cruz. Takes high, 1-0. One out in the inning, 3 straight hits. And a high fly ball to deep left center field. Off the bat of Cruz, and there it goes. That's into the Oriole bullpen, and a 3-run homer. 13-1 now. The Rangers have the lead. 4 RBI game for Cruz.
Well, Cruz hit home runs in the first 4 games of this season. Pretty select company for home run number 5, but only Willie Mays and McGuire had ever done that. Major League history. So again, 55 home runs, hurt last year with some leg injuries, and he is big and strong.
David Murphy takes ball one. 5th home run for Nelson Cruz. And with 4 RBIs, he has 10 ribbies on the young season. And coming into today, when these two teams get together, a lot of runs are scored. 10.92. Rangers are on that list 3 of the 5 times. Now that gives you an idea of just how well Zach Britton pitched in the opener today. This team came in averaging 7 runs a game, and he helped shut them out, the combined shutout between Britton and Birkin. One-two pitches, line foul the other way. "13 runs on 13 hits. Jakubakis added today for some bullpen help. Fouled straight down at the plate, and he has allowed 5 runs since coming on. Arrieta started 8 earned runs in 3 1/3. Josh Roop had a nice outing tonight. 2 2/3 scoreless. And Murphy down on strikes for the second out in the inning. Second strikeout for Jakubakis. There's Zach Britton with Chris Tillman on the bench.
Yeah, his first strikeout, a good curveball. This one just hangs a little bit. David Murphy swings right through it. They anticipated maybe breaking a little bit more. Get him out. Doesn't get any easier with Napoli coming to the plate.
Texas now has 16 home runs in its first 8 games, hitting 3 in this game. And 6 of the 13 runs came in on those 3 swings. Fastball rides in. That's high, ball 3. And there's a walk. So the second walk, Jakubakis, his command not as sharp as you would like.
Well, even when if he's just a little bit off. You know, in other words, elevate a slider, elevate a changeup, fastball. These guys are all over it. And once again, it gives you an idea of how good hitters they are. I mean, they hit 11 home runs in the first 3 games against the Red Sox.
Foul off the bat of Moreland. That'll be back out of play.
And that was John Lester, Clay Buchholz, and John Lackey. 3 pretty formidable pitchers. They did a number on them when the Red Sox went down to Texas to open the season.
And there's a strike at the knees. For the Rangers, this is the first stop on a 3-city road trip. It's a 9-game trip. Ron Washington and his club, after tomorrow's game, they go to Detroit, and then they'll follow the Orioles into New York. Fly ball left field. PA's there. And he's got it for the out. Rangers add 4 more. The big blast. 3-run home run by Nelson Cruz. Bottom of the 9th coming up. 13-1 Rangers. The Rangers 3 outs away from earning a doubleheader split, and here is Mark Lowe coming on to work in the 9th inning.
Yeah, came over last year when Cliff Lee came over from Seattle Mariners. So, but did have some back problems. Really pretty much missed about the last 5 months of the season. Hard thrower. Last 5 outings against the O's, beginning back all the way back to 2008 when he was with the Mariners. 5 innings, did not give up any hits. So of course, there's a different cast of characters. 0 for the last 15. But another guy that will help if he's healthy, their bullpen.
So here's Vladimir Guerrero. First ball swinging, fouls it back up over our heads. Let's get an update on the voting for the AT&T Player of the Game, and Adam Jones getting that hometown vote, 65%. Beltre 12, Harrison 23. Still time to text in your vote, 51862, A, B, or C. And Amber and Rick will have the results coming up on O's Extra Postgame. Vladimir actually foul tipped that. I'm not sure how he did that.
Wow. Long arms. And free swinging. So 96 and 86, 10-mile-per-hour difference between the heater and the slider.
Oh, 2 on Guerrero. And it's outside.
So a Baker's dozen would win it. What did Rick Dempsey say? 12 to tie. Baker's dozen to win.
That would be good. And there's a poke to right field. Cruz is there, and he's got it for the out. So Vladimir is retired, 1 away. That would have been a rally of historical proportions.
13 runs? Yeah. Yes. Very much so. Well, what do we, a couple of years ago against the Red Sox, it was 10 to 1? 9 to 1, 10 to 1,
yeah,
right here.
1.
And the Orioles came back. Won that one against Jonathan Papelbon, which they rarely ever hit.
Jake Fox 0 for 3, making his first start of the year tonight. And that breaking ball low.
Well, when Davey Johnson managed here in 96 and 97, he said, boy, what I want is a National League bullpen. In other words, a lot of hard throwers. Well, that's what Ron Washington has. Strop came in throwing 97. Lows around 96. Arthur Rhodes doesn't throw that. Well, he probably still get it up there low 90s. Maybe 92-3. Used to throw in the upper 90s. Then you got Feliz with 40 out of 43, Rookie of the Year last year. He throws in the mid 90s. Ogando's starting, but he's at 96.
Fox pops it up near the Oriole dugout. Napoli's there, and he's got it. 2 down. Orioles down to their final out.
The ball coming back to him, yeah.
The other aspect of this game tonight, even though Lewis took the loss in the opener, he did give Ron Washington 6 innings.
Well, we talked about that. A veteran pitcher who made a couple of mistakes. The 3-run home run was the glaring one. Solo home runs usually don't beat you, and we could see that. Matt Harrison will tell you about that. The only run tonight was a solo home run, but he hung around because he knows how to pitch.
And as a result, the starters will have given Washington 13 of the 17 innings. So his bullpen will be fresh for tomorrow. Adam Jones takes ball 1.
I think the big question when it comes to pitching is, okay, who's going to be your number 1 guy? You know, C.J. Wilson last year with 15 wins. But when you lose a guy like Cliff Lee, most people said, oh, no, the Rangers can't possibly be as good as they were last year.
Well, Adam Jones gets a base hit to keep it going. He's got a 2-hit game.
And, of course, that could all change if somebody really steps up and becomes that number 1 guy. Because that's really what the postseason's all about. Rangers found that out against the Giants.
And the Orioles with a very young rotation, you will have outings like what happened to Jake Arrieta tonight. It's all part of the learning process.
Well, it's painful. I mean, it really is.
Learning process. Great stuff. Great future. Reynolds swings through it. Reynolds is 0 for 3 in this game. He was 2 for 3 in the opener, including a 3-run homer. So he's looking for the heater you were talking about. He got that.
Yep. He's got a change up at 87.
Ball and 2 strikes on Reynolds. Just outside.
Yeah, that change up just darting and diving just a little bit under the strike zone.
We're 2-2 on Reynolds with Jones on first. Just gets a piece to stay alive. $1:30 tomorrow for the finale. And what shapes up to be a rubber game of this series. Orioles had a rubber game against the Tigers after winning the first game and losing the middle game. Derek Holland, the lefty, will go for Texas. We're not sure yet about the Orioles starter. Outside ball 3. And again, stay tuned. Those extra coming up. Amber and Rick. Buck Showalter's post-game news conference. Maybe he'll reveal if it will in fact be Jeremy Guthrie or if they'll have to do something else. Jones will go on the 3-2 to Reynolds. And it's high ball 4. That does not make Ron Washington very happy.
No, but it doesn't make him quite as sad when you're up by 12. But it's certainly not what you want. But again, you get him some innings. And you get him in a non-pressure situation.
Robert Andino now. He is 0 for 3 on the night.
I think I might challenge a few people throwing 96, but I don't mean down the middle. Just get a lot of guys out at 96 if you make good pitches.
Andino skies it to right. Cruz is back on it. Has a play. And he's got it for the out. So the Rangers, with an offensive barrage, earn a split in this doubleheader this afternoon as they get 13 base hits, including 3 home runs, and win the nightcap. Well, we invite you to join us again tomorrow. More O's action, rubber game of the 3-game series. Orioles starter to be announced against Derek Holland. 1 o'clock, Massive 2 HD O's Extra presented by Verizon 4G LTE. Game coverage to follow. And now for Jim Palmer and our entire crew, Jim Hunter saying so long. Rangers win the nightcap 13-1. Tonight's telecast, a Massive presentation. Amber and Rick and O's Extra coming up next.